Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo, and we are back again for another video. Today's topic is very interesting, fam. Let's go. Make sure you get the likes up on the video. It's very important that you do that. Shout out to everybody in the chat and in the clouds. Today, what we're going to talk about, she told cops, I don't want them anymore. Why Divesters not talking about this? You see, a lot of people are out here getting into relationships, having babies, and they're not supposed to be doing this. I noticed that on social media, there appears to be this group or some organization called Divesters, and it seems like this particular group, they hate black men. They want to see black men gone. It's a weird group, and it's like they always have something negative to say about black men. Black men are committing crimes. Black men are out here harming women. And it seemed like no one really give them any pushback. They come on social media, and I mean, they just say some of the most vile things about men all day. I mean, none of us brothers really care that, women want to divest. I mean, they could do whatever they want at the end of the day. I could really care less. But what I notice is that they only seem to pay attention to, I guess, crimes that are committed by black men. And they try to push this narrative that black men are out here doing harm to women. And they ignore any type of crime that women do to men. They ignore any crime that women do to children. Those particular stories go under the radar. They never talk about those issues. So what we have today is a woman who had a lot of problems, a lot of issues, and the divestment community are literally silent on this particular matter. Here we have a woman who decided that she didn't want her kids anymore. Yeah. This particular woman decided that she didn't want her children anymore. So she called up the cops. She's like, look, come and get them. I don't want them anymore. And pretty much did the unthinkable. And what I want to know is why the divesters that specialize in focusing on black men and what black men do towards women, I want to know why they're not talking about this. Because not only did she terminate her son, but she also terminated her daughter. So if the divestment community is so interested in crimes that are committed against black women, then my question is, why aren't the divestment community talking about this story? I'll tell you why. Because it involves a woman committing the crime. And in that movement, they never want you to know about these particular types of crimes. For example, they will talk about black men committing crimes against black women all day to try to paint this narrative that black men are out here just eliminating women every day, which is not really true. But when you talk about white men that are out here committing crimes against black women, they never focus on those stories. And see, that's hypocrisy, and it's a double standard. And this is why I can't really take any of these groups because it seemed to be some sort of cult, some sort of organization that is anti-black men. Because, if you're divesting, if you're going outside of your race to go get somebody else, then just go. Like, what's the protest? What is the importance of letting everybody know that you're a divester? Like, just go divest. And, we're going to talk about more stories regarding divesters, because to me, it's just like a joke at the end of the day. But I want to know why nobody is talking about this particular story. Why is it that this goes under the table? Because, you have a lot of women out here that are just having babies, and they're not supposed to be having these babies. And I've said this 1,000 times, that a lot of women that are having babies don't really love their children. So how is it that all of this blame is being put on men and no blame is being put on these women? Well, why is that? Why is it that a woman can go out here, have children, decide she want to get rid of them, and then everybody's just ignoring the story? There's a news report about this, so I want to pretty much share my thoughts about that as well. Let me see. Okay, let's put this news story up on the screen so that we can pretty much do that. Let me go into my disclaimer. Fair use, fair use. Okay, let's go, fam. Let's go.
At noon, a mother under arrest accused of the unthinkable killing her 2 children.
Her son and daughter were found dead last night at a home in Little Haiti.
And Local 10 News reporter Trent Kelly is joining us live from there.
He has a reaction from the father of the children. Trent.
Well, Janice, Christie, the kids at the center of this case, just 3 and 5 years old.
3 and 5 years old. 3 and 5 years old out in Miami. BW decided, I don't want my kids anymore, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie them up and I'm going to take them out because I just don't want them anymore. But yet we have the divestment community ignoring this story. So what really is the deal? What's good? Why aren't they talking about this woman taking out her daughter and her son? Do these children deserve this type of action from their own mother? Where is the love?
Mentioned their own father did return here to the very same home where they were murdered overnight. Their own mother now sitting in jail, accused in their deaths. The big question now among friends and family is why?
Why? Why would a mother subject her own children to this? This is pure evil. But yet, the community is completely silent on this matter. Why? Because they don't want to hold women accountable for their actions. Now that's sad. It's sad because these children, they didn't deserve this. They didn't even know what was going on. Children look up to their mom for love and care and affection. But instead, this particular monster decided to tie her children up. They probably was like wondering, why would mom be tying us up? And then she did the unthinkable to them. And while she was doing the unthinkable to one, the other one had to watch. So my question is to the divestment community, why you're not covering this story? Why? Could it be that you just don't care?
A Miami mother facing murder charges, accused of tying up and killing her own 2 kids.
Her own 2 kids. Now, what mother does something like that? She carried them for 9 months, brought them into the world, but decided to do this.
You're a mother. How do you feel? Like, what is there? Is a devil in your head?
There is a devil, and there was a devil in her head. You see? Only a person that's possessed with legions of demons can commit such an act. We're talking about to your own children. She told these cops, I don't want them anymore. Well, then why did you have them?
Police arresting 41-year-old Odette Josant overnight on 2 counts of first-degree murder.
41 years old. And you brothers be wanting to hook up with these women. You be wanting to get with the single mom. You be wanting to get with, well, this is what you're going to get. You're getting with a woman that literally might be on the edge. She really don't want her children. Because why? She want to go out there and live her life. She don't want to deal with the responsibility. And there are a lot of women that have children today that really don't want their children. They really don't love their children. But because they may get a check, they may get some, public assistance or perhaps some child support, they continue to do the motherly duties, so to speak. But really, they don't have no love for their kids.
They say Josant called 911 several times late yesterday, but never said why.
Now think about this, fam. Just the other day, you had the so-called Frank James story. And so-called women all over social media had a field day talking about him. They talked about how he is a part of the manosphere and all this other nonsense, even though he's just a random Joe that is on YouTube. But they associated him with the manosphere or whatever type of group sector that is on YouTube, which is very interesting to me because if you're going to associate him to the manosphere, then should I say that this particular woman here is a part of the divestment community? Because we all know that the divestment community don't like black men. So would it be safe to say that she followed various content creators on YouTube and was influenced to commit these particular acts? You see how that works? Maybe she was a follower of female content creators. Maybe she had an account on YouTube. Maybe that may turn up later on. Maybe she has an account. But this woman is evil. And it's very sad that a lot of people on social media are not talking about this story.
Officers eventually responding to her apartment off Northeast 75th Street and First Avenue in Little Haiti, where she allegedly told them, quote, "Come get them. I don't want them anymore."
Come get them. I don't want them anymore. That's what a mother said to the police.
It wasn't until investigators went inside her unit that they discovered the bodies of her 3-year-old son, Jeffrey, and 5-year-old daughter, Laura.
Think about that. They came in there and they discovered the children.
Tied up in a back bedroom, both children pronounced dead at the scene.
Wow.
So do you know anything? Any idea why this happened?
That's the father right there, in pain and hurt. And why the divestment community ain't showing the father any love? Why? They talk so much about black men committing crimes against women, but they're pretty much silent on this one right here.
Their heartbroken father at a loss for words while arriving at the scene earlier today. Along with him, he brought 2 large photos to remember his kids, their toys still laying in the lawn nearby.
There's always inside the house. They always go to school, like, normal kids.
Neighbors still in shock, now left wondering why something like this would even happen.
Why would something like this even happen is the question. Why? But see, this is what goes on in the black community, and nobody really talks about the amount of abuse that women do towards their own children. Nobody ever talks about that. People love to talk about black men committing crimes all day, but yet these women that promote these type of narratives, they never realize that these particular women that do these type of relationships, get involved in these kind of relationships, they get involved with men that are not good men. Nobody ever seems to talk about that. Everybody always talk about black men committing crimes against women, but nobody ever talk about the fact that women choose these particular men that are toxic and no good. Because, good men do not commit crimes against women. Quality men do not commit crimes against women. This woman in this video is evil. Evil people do evil things.
I seen him like a couple of days ago. I said hi to them, like I always do, give him fist bumps, but it's just sadder. Like, it's still kind of like surprising.
In other words, he saw the children, he would say what's up to them and whatnot, but now look at what happened. Let's go.
And according to court records, there is a history among this couple. Back in 2017, Jusant, we're told, was arrested for battery against the children's father. Just 2 years later.
You heard that? Battery against the children's father, fam. So what we have here is a very, very violent woman who was most likely following various content creators that hate black men. That's what we got right here. But nobody's talking about that. She have a history of violence. Police was called all the time to deal with these matters. She would batter her so-called baby daddy. So this is not new. You see? And there's a lot of guys that are in situations like this. Let's go.
She applied for and was granted a domestic violence injunction against the very same person. Again, Jusant remaining in jail this afternoon. She will likely appear before a judge in bond court later today. We, of course, will monitor that and we'll keep you posted on what happens. But for now, that is the latest live from Miami this afternoon. I'm Trent Kelly, Local 10 News.
Wow, fam. You can't make this stuff up, man. But there you have it, fam. She told cops, I don't want them anymore. Why Divesters not talking about this? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Black Male Advice TV, the best channel on YouTube for commentary, criticism, news reporting, reactionary videos. Get the likes up on the video, fam. If you like my content, you would like to support, do so via Cash App, $, Ringo TV Raw. That being said, fam, I'm gonna catch you on the next video. You already done know what it is. She told cops, I don't want them anymore. Why Divesters not talking about this? You have a great day. It's Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $ Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut.